Welcome to Speak English in the USA. I'm Alex.
And I'm Taylor, and if you're watching this right now, you are in the right place, because today we're helping you speak English confidently in one of the most common real-life situations you'll ever face in America.
That's right. Today's topic, ordering food at an American restaurant. And I know that might sound simple, but trust me.
It really isn't always that simple. There's so much vocabulary, so many little phrases that Americans use that you just don't learn in a textbook.
Exactly. So here's what we're going to do today. First, Taylor and I are going to do a full realistic restaurant conversation, start to finish. After that, we'll break down the key vocabulary, do some pronunciation practice together, and finish up with some real American restaurant tips that most people don't tell you.
So much good stuff in this episode, and by the end, you are going to feel so much more confident the next time you walk into a restaurant in America. Okay, let's jump right in.
All right, part one. We're going to role play a full restaurant conversation. Taylor is going to play the server, the person who takes your order, and I'm going to be the customer. So just listen carefully and pay attention to how natural American English sounds in this situation. Here we go.
Hi there, welcome in. How many in your party today?
Just one, thanks.
Perfect, right this way. Here you go, I'll leave the menu with you. Can I start you off with something to drink?
Yeah, could I get a water and a lemonade, please?
Absolutely, I'll get those right out for you. Take your time with the menu, and I'll be back in just a moment.
Thank you.
Here are your drinks. Are you ready to order, or do you need a few more minutes?
I think I'm ready. Actually, quick question. What's the special of the day?
Great question. Today we have a pan-seared salmon with roasted vegetables and a side of mashed potatoes. It comes with a soup or salad.
Oh, that sounds really good. Does the salmon come with any sauce?
It comes with a lemon butter sauce, yes, but we can do it without if you prefer.
No, that sounds perfect. I'll go with that. And can I start with the spinach dip as an appetizer?
Of course. So that's the spinach dip to start and the salmon special for your entree. And would you like soup or salad with that?
I'll do the salad, please, with the dressing on the side if that's okay.
No problem at all. I'll get that right in for you. Here's your spinach dip, and I also brought out the salmon. Enjoy.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I think this might be the wrong order. I ordered the salmon special, but this looks like a steak.
Oh my goodness, I am so sorry about that. That was definitely meant for another table. Let me get your salmon right away. I sincerely apologize for the mix-up.
No worries at all. Thank you.
Here's your salmon. Again, I'm really sorry about that. Can I get you anything else? A refill on your drinks?
Yes, please. Could I get a refill on the lemonade? And actually, could I also get a to-go box? I don't think I'll be able to finish all of this.
Of course. I'll bring those right out. And whenever you're ready, just let me know, and I'll grab the check for you.
Actually, could we go ahead and get the check now? I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Absolutely. Here you go. You can pay whenever you're ready. No rush.
Thank you so much. Everything was delicious.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.
Great job following along. Now let's break down the key vocabulary from that conversation. Taylor, want to kick us off?
Yes. Okay, so the first word is appetizer. An appetizer is a small dish you eat before your main meal. Think of things like soup, salad, bread, chicken wings, or spinach dip. Americans will often say, "I'll start with an appetizer," or "Can I order an appetizer?" You eat it first before the main food arrives.
Right, and related to that, entree. Now this one confuses a lot of people because in some countries, entree means a starter, but in American English, entree means your main dish, your biggest plate of food. So when the server asks, "What would you like for your entree?" they're asking about your main meal.
Yes, that's such an important one. Okay, refill. A refill means getting more of your drink in the same glass. In most American restaurants, soft drinks are free refills. You can ask for more at no extra charge. Just say, "Could I get a refill?" and they'll fill your glass back up.
Mm-hmm. And this next one is really important. Check. In America, you ask for the check, not the bill. You might say, "Can we get the check, please?" Or, "Could I have the check whenever you get a chance?" It means the piece of paper that shows how much you owe.
Right, right. And sometimes you're eating with friends. That's where split the bill comes in. Or in America, we often say split the check. It means dividing the total cost among everyone at the table. So you might say, "Can we split the check?" Or, "Can you split it 4 ways?" Meaning divided between 4 people.
Yeah, splitting the check is totally normal in America. Nobody looks at you funny for asking. Okay, to-go box. If you have food left over at the end of your meal, you can ask for a to-go box to take your leftovers home. Very common here. Very normal to ask for.
Don't be shy about that one. Okay, tip. A tip is extra money you leave for your server on top of the total bill. In America, tipping is a very important custom. We'll talk more about how much in the tips section, but just know tip is the word, and it's a normal, expected part of eating out.
And then, server. The server is the person who brings your food and takes your order. Server is the most common and polite term in modern American English. And finally, special of the day. This is a dish the restaurant makes just for that day. It's not always on the regular menu. You can always ask, "What's the special today?"
Love it. Those are the key vocabulary words. Now let's move on to part 3, pronunciation practice. We're going to say some common restaurant phrases, and we want you to repeat them out loud. Say it out loud, even if you're watching alone.
Yes, speaking out loud is one of the best ways to improve. So let's start with an easy one. Listen first, then repeat after Taylor.
I'd like to order.
Great! Did you get it? I'd like to order. Notice we say I'd, that's a contraction of I would, very natural in spoken English. Let's try the next one.
Could I get a refill?
Nice! Could I get a refill? The word could is very polite and very common. Americans love using could when making requests. Say it with me one more time. Could I get a refill? You've got this. Next phrase.
Can we split the check?
Can we split the check? Short, simple, and super useful. Remember, check, not bill. Americans say check, and split means divide. Perfect. Okay, next one.
Could I have this to go?
Could I have this to go? You can also say, can I get a to-go box? Either way works perfectly. Okay, last phrase. And this one is a little longer, so take your time.
Excuse me, I think this was meant for another table.
Yes! Excuse me, I think this was meant for another table. That is the polite, natural way to let your server know they brought the wrong dish. You're not complaining, you're just gently pointing it out. And starting with "excuse me" always makes it sound very respectful. Amazing work, everyone! You are doing so well!
Okay, now we are at my favorite part. Part 4, Real American Tips. These are things you actually need to know when you walk into a restaurant in the United States. Stuff that nobody really tells you, but everybody does.
First, say check, not bill. In British English, people often say, "Can I have the bill?" But here in America, you say, "Can I have the check?" Or, "Can we get the check, please?" It means the same thing, but check is the American word. If you say bill, most servers will still understand you, but check sounds more natural.
Right. Second tip, tipping. This is really important. In America, it is expected to tip your server. A standard tip is 15 to 20% of your total bill. If the service was great, 20% or more is appreciated. If you don't leave a tip, it is considered very rude here because servers often earn most of their income from tips, not just from their hourly wage.
That's such an important one. Third tip, Asking for water. In most American restaurants, tap water is free. You can just say, "Can I get a water?" and they'll bring it to you at no charge. You don't have to order a paid drink. This is totally normal and nobody will think anything of it.
Yes, and tip number 4, how to get your server's attention. If you need your server and they're not nearby, the polite way is to make eye contact and give a small wave or gently raise your hand. That's it. Do not snap your fingers. Snapping your fingers to get a server's attention is considered very rude in American culture. A smile and a hand raise goes a long way.
Yeah, the finger snap, don't do it, trust me. And tip number 5, asking for a to-go box is completely normal and common in America. Restaurants here serve large portions, and it is very typical to have food left over. Nobody will look at you strangely. Just say, "Can I get a to-go box?" and your server will bring one right away. Don't leave good food behind.
Honestly, half the time the portions are huge. You almost have to take a to-go box. Okay, those are 5 really practical tips that will make your restaurant experience in America so much smoother.
All right, we have reached the end of today's episode. And wow, we covered a lot. A full restaurant conversation, vocabulary breakdown, pronunciation practice, and real American tips. You should feel really good about what you learned today.
And here is my challenge for you. The next time you go to a restaurant, try using at least 2 or 3 of the phrases from today's episode. Practice makes perfect, and every time you say these phrases out loud, you get more confident.
And we would love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell us, what was your favorite phrase from today's episode? Was it, "Could I get a refill?" Was it, "Excuse me, I think this was meant for another table"? Let us know. We read every single comment.
And if this video helped you, please hit that subscribe button for Speak English in the USA. We post new episodes every week to help you sound more natural, more confident, and more American in your everyday English conversations.
We'll see you in the next one. Keep practicing. Keep going. You are doing amazing. I'm Alex.
And I'm Taylor. We'll see you next time on Speak English in the USA.